So, Teacher Kevin, what do you think the definitions are of cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation?
A few years ago, I did some research into the subject and came to some conclusions of my own. But first, some context. Do you like pizza, Janet?
Of course. Doesn't everyone?
Yes, I know I do. Does us eating pizza cause any harm to anyone?
Harm? I don't think so. Well, as long as you don't eat too much.
Very good. What about croissant? Do you like croissant?
Yes, I love eating my croissant in the morning with butter.
Where does pizza come from?
Pizza comes from Italy.
Very good. And where do croissants come from?
Croissants come from France.
Very good. Is anyone harmed when you are eating croissant?
Well, just like pizza. I cannot see how anyone would be harmed from eating them. But I'm getting hungry.
That is a good point. I'm getting a little hungry too.
So what could be the harm of using things from another culture? This is where I'm still confused.
What did some of the articles you read say about that?
Some articles said that the harm can come from having parts of the other culture being seen as a joke or as a piece of a costume just to be decorative. They said the harm is that for people outside the culture, using the clothes or foods or artwork can be disrespectful of the other culture that created it. These things can be very important to the culture that takes them seriously as religious or other important symbols.
Okay, that makes sense. Or does it?
What do you mean, Teacher Kevin?
In many cultures, drums play an important role in public rituals, but most rock and roll bands use drums. Is the use of drums in rock and roll harming people from countries in Africa?
I have never heard of anyone complaining about rock and roll groups using drums. Maybe that they get too loud from time to time. But I have never heard any cultural complaints that I can remember.
Do you see better now why your confusion makes sense?
I am beginning to.